Welcome, Cancer, to your July spiritual reading. Hope your friends are doing great out there. Welcome back, all subscribers, and anyone new to my channel. Welcome, welcome. If your friends like this, please like and subscribe. And for everyone, I did put up a playlist. Yay! Yeah. It wasn't something I was going to do, but my best friend said she would put it up, and she did. And she says it's going to make everybody's life easier for those of you who don't have a bell on, which is understandable. There's a lot of readings you don't want, so I think the playlist is going to help. So, okay, let's get into this. We have the Oracle of Chaldea, one of my favorite cards. Okay, and then we have the Progress and Choice. Ooh, okay. So going over here to the Oracle of Chaldea is literally talking about continuing your healing journey with enthusiasm. Be without forcing things to happen more quickly than it feels natural. Sometimes the body will be ready to let go while the mind is still holding on to things. We find this all the time, don't we? Okay, at other times the mind may be in the need of more patience as the body processes and experience. Nice. So trust in your own timing and rhythm. There's no need to be impatient or judge yourself. You are summoning the spiritual fortitude to tackle an issue which has previously held you back. When the time is right, the healing shall happen more easily than if you tried to push forward prematurely. Things are going to work out. Just also remain positive. Okay, so there are times when you're feeling like the truth is challenging, and we don't want to go there. I mean, come on, we're human, right? We don't really want to go through that. Sometimes we don't want to revisit the pain. Sometimes we don't want to figure out what the truth is. We just want to hold on to that space and keep it in that space and just kind of just throw it away. If I throw it in the heart-shaped box way deep down, lock it with a key, throw away the key, I don't have to see that. But the problem is it always comes back. So sooner or later, you're going to have to actually handle the problem, right? It's kind of like having a crappy car. We can keep putting money into the crappy car, but you know, guys, that sooner or later, it's going to just die. It's going to die. So we either need to start saving and getting real about the situation that this car is not going to last forever. How much money are we going to keep, nickel pennying this thing? But sooner or later, it's going to crap out. And that's the problem with spiritual healing as well, is that sooner or later, these things are going to come back. You're going to run into this person who hurt you, and you're going to have these ill will feelings towards them. And it's going to just completely 100% ruin your day. Or you can spiritually heal from it and say, listen here, ghost, I buried you in the backyard. You're all done. And you can say, hey, what's up? And walk by them with no, and you might even still feel, I mean, we're human, you might be like, asshole, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, whatever, you know what I mean? And, but then you just go on your day, not thinking anymore of it, right? Your friend might even ask you, hey, why do you think that way of him? You can tell your story, but it's not going to affect you. You're just going to tell your story and be like, yeah, whatever, and it's done. And that evening, you can go home, make your spaghetti, or do whatever you do, and it's all done and over with. You're not going to have anxieties. You're not going to hold on to any pains. It's not going to make you go home and cry in the bathtub. You see what I'm saying? Because it's over with. It was so easily said. And yeah, you could still have ill will feelings towards the person. It's our human side. You don't have to like them. But there's no emotional distress, right? And the same with the limit of the car. Once it dies, it's dead. And you can talk about, yeah, one day I owned this limit of this car. My God, it gave me so much stress. I just wanted to hit it with a hammer every day, and then it just becomes kind of like that way. And you don't stress over it, right? It's just a story. It's a part of your story. So it's going to show this progress. And this progress is saying, look at the progress that you're making already, Cancer. You have already, for a lot of you, taken on the tools, and everything that the progress is here. Right? You've already made a lot of beautiful progress in this healing, just so you don't have to push so hard. There's no reason to try to be like, get out. It'll come on its own time as you continue with your progress. And then you will make the choice. The choice is yours. How long are you going to hold on to it? The choice is yours. How long are you going to allow this to affect your energy? How long are you going to let them steal from your energy? How long are you going to hold on to this limit of a car is what we're going to call your situation. It's yours to let go. Right? And those are for you who have not really started the process yet, because, you know, and you're really getting in there. That's going to be your choice. And then, but we make a lot of choices, right? You have to make the right time to kind of decide, I think this is the way it's going to be, but I'm not going to push on it, right? You may have to quit making choices under the pretext of being agreeable or putting someone else's needs before your own. Do not allow them to steal your energy. Make that decision. That's the, you know, for me, that's the first step of healing, is asking yourself to, you know, it's kind of like blocking their energy, but not really blocking it. How do we explain that, right? Because if you 100% block it, you're never going to heal from it, because that's just throwing it away with that key. But if you block it to the point to where it's like you will not do that, then you're making a wise decision, excuse me, by saying, I'm not going to allow you to steal from me anymore. So it's a healthy choice made for your desires. Right? But the choice is yours. Wow. And isn't it though? The Star card coming out on the Chaldea, only for the fact that this is the promise that you made to yourself. Your soul has a promise that it makes to itself too. Then the promise pretty much your soul is saying is, I would like for you to make the choice, the healthy choice, to probably start this process. Try to get over as many things possible so that we can get to our dreams, our goals, our journey, the reason we're here on this planet. And it's definitely not to allow this person to tell us how we're going to feel, make me feel like crap, because every time I feel like crap and I have anxiety over this person, they win. Why? Why do they win? Moving forward, getting to where you need to be, moving up the ladder. The progress is moving up the ladder with the Eight of Wands, knowing that you're going where you're supposed to be going. And there's also a huge determination going on with this as well. Powerful 3 within yourself, keeping you happy. Your happiness and your joy is the progress that you need for yourself. That's the biggest progress. In fact, that's the real reason that we're all here. Spirit wants us to be happy. Happy, joy brings blessings. Powerful 3 in me. Mind, body, soul. Wow, bringing in the Wheel of Fortune, because you need this change. It's going to bring in better fortune. The progress that you're seeing is going to change. You're going to see good luck. You're going to see everything about your life changing, your mind changing. And not only is it change within just your mind, it's the powerful 3 of yourself. Look at that. It's building its way up within the powerful 3 of yourself for the change of all 3. Everything you're doing, you're changing. You're changing for stability within yourself, gathering yourself, learning. Look at that, learning. In a learning process of what I need, making the progress that you need for yourself. And it doesn't matter if you're 100%, even 100% taking the action just yet. It's the progress of the understanding. Hey, you know what? I'm going to make the choice to do this. I know it has its own timing, and I know that when I feel good about this situation, all of this is going to start coming together as I learn and pull them together. Right? You can start with just the mind. Making the choice brings in the 10 of Cups. Well, that's what you wanted. Isn't that what everybody on the planet wants? We get to the 10 of Cups so we can get to the Ace of Cups, because after the 10 of Cups, it can only go back to the beginning. This is the overall achievement, happiness for ourselves, for our family, for our, what we consider our world. Knowing that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. Bringing back the love and the self-love for yourself by the choice. There's a lot of self-love that also that goes in with the 10 of Cups. Because it's justified, look at that. And then the karma comes in. The truth, the justification, the balance of yourself, the good karma that's coming back around to yourself. With the justice, with the star, with the Wheel of Fortune, wow. Okay, so there's your 3 major arcana so far. Because that's what Spirit's saying. Look, you get to your goals, you get to your hopes, your promises for yourself to bring in the change, and it is justified with truth of good karma. And of course you're going to get the good karma with the Wheel of Fortune, because you're holding tight and you're taking control of the situation with your choice to say, this is where I'm going. To what? Release the past. Yeah, that's it right there. Bam. You have the 6 of Cups with the Judgment, releasing the judgment, releasing all the things that no longer serves you, releasing all the blockage of the judgment, because the more that you continue to do this, you're causing your own bad karma, right? Because you're causing all these things that are unjustified for yourself. You're not happy. You're filled with anxieties. You're allowing this person to steal your energy. You're not getting what you need out of your existence. How about just existence in itself? So with the Judgment upside down, it's saying, yeah, you're going to get rid of all this bad karma and bring in the justice of the good karma, and we're going to replace it with control, with the Wheel of Fortune, with better things to do, because you've learned. That's the whole point. That was it. You learned. You did it. You're going to do it, and you're in the process right now of doing that. And I do believe most of you are in the process right now of doing that. And I think this is why it's coming up this way. But we can also read it this way for those of you who have not started the progress yet. Or the process yet, excuse me. So if you haven't started, we can read it this way, right? But in the end, it's all going to be the same. The outcome is the same. All these tarot cards are the same. This message is what's happening. And then you go from one, then you go to the next bubble. And that's really what it is. We hold on to all these things, and then in the future, we'll make another bubble. And then we'll learn how to get to the next bubble to let that go, because you're going to run into another person who's going to piss you off, who's going to stab you in the back. They're going to do the same thing until we're dead. But you're going to learn this process, and you're going to say, okay, now I popped this bubble. Now I can go to this bubble, this bubble, this bubble, this bubble. Oh, because why? It's learning. It's learning how to do it. And then it doesn't really affect you much anymore. Because it really what it comes down to is, I think this is where it's like when you always hear the older people say, well, because I'm old and wise. Well, they are old and wise because they've learned to not let these people into their energy anymore. You know, they're just pretty much, I'll show you the bird. Goodbye. You're not going to affect me. And you see that, right? You see that. Because they don't. They've learned not to deal with that kind of energy anymore because it's not worth it. And that's, you know, that's the old, we've learned, tried and true. I already went through all that. Give them the bird and move on. They ain't stealing nothing from me. I'm too old, too tired. That'd be my grandpa, right? I don't give a crap of what he said. You can go blow it to the fish. You know what I mean? We hear the older people say this stuff, and that's because they have learned all of these things, and they don't let it affect us. Unfortunately, we're younger, so we're still in the learning process of how to like get to where Granddad is. Like, how Granddad, you just not let that bug you, you know? And that's the way it works. Okay? And that's where we're going, right? Yep, but it's all up to you, Spirit says, and it is, because it's your choices. Okay, and that was it for you, my friends. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.